Welcome to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something really important, which is completing your faction wars. I have seen so many people slack on faction wars for a long time, and this is one of the best ways to actually cost yourself tons of progression, because there's literally no other best way to actually get yourself a good amount of glyphs, and later on, even a good amount of relic materials. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great. And don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday, where I do free account takeovers for my viewers. If you want to support the channel for free, download the game from my premium download link, and you get the star rate the best way possible with 4 amazing champions as soon as you play a few days, and you're also gonna get to use the promo code section in your first 48 hours for an extra amazing legendary champion. Not to mention right now we do have a free login reward for Skeletor, so you're basically gonna have free legendary champions in your first week, which is nutty. But now let's get into the video. Okay, so yeah, today we are going to be talking about how you can be completing your faction wars normal with ease and get yourself Lydia, which is arguably a literal mythical champion in disguise. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. Lydia is one of the best, if not the best, support champions in the game right now, and everybody being able to get her for free is absolutely insane. Like, it's not even funny how much this champion gives. Not only does she give the best 2 damage increasing debuffs the game has to offer, she also gives you 2 of the most important buffs in the same freaking skill on a free turn cooldown when booked. And if that wasn't enough, her A3 also gives a ton of extra stuff you could be using both in PvP and PvE, and even her A1 is actually insane, and it's no wonder this is literally one of the best champions you could be bringing into Chimera. It literally just solves so many problems in this game for you. I'm not gonna pretend, back in my day, when I first got her, I ignored her for a while because I was a freaking noob, and I literally didn't appreciate how good this champion was, but it's not even funny. Like, she is literally free champions in the same package, so she really is very important for any account, and you're literally able to use her in any zone of the game. Like, technically you could even use her in PvP, even though she's not top tier there anymore, but for wave-based content, for clan bosses, for Hydra, for Chimera, for Demon Lords, any type of wave content, and any boss, she is gonna be absolutely premium. Not to mention she's gonna make your Amius fight so much easier, because she's literally gonna block revive for Amius even if you kill him in the second form, but enough about that. Do let me know in the comments. I am thinking about making a detailed guide about her really soon, so you guys really know how to build her and get the most out of her, but for now, let's concentrate on how you should be getting her. The only way to get to unlock Lydia would be through finishing faction wars normal with free stars everywhere, and along the ride you are gonna get yourself a ton of extra rewards, which are definitely nothing to scoff at, but they're also not that big a deal. But let's face it, this is an absolutely amazing way to get yourself a ton of legendary books. Like, look at this nonsense. Not only are you gonna get all of these legendary books while going through the stars, you're also gonna get yourself a legendary book for each faction war normal final boss you get to clear, so that all around is absolutely insane for you. And like I said, you will be getting yourself even 6-star regular glyphs out of your bosses, so all around it is absolutely huge. And you're also gonna get yourself epic and legendary crafting materials for the perception set, which is one of the most important sets for early game, and you can also craft yourself Swift Parry, which is nowadays a lot better than it used to be. You can craft deflection, resilience, all of that stuff, all thanks to faction wars normal. And I gotta say, nowadays this is faction wars easy, guys. Like, it's actually so easy to be clearing all of these stages literally in your first few months. Like, I'm not joking. As long as you open yourself a few epics for each faction, you can literally clear every single faction a lot easier than it used to be, mainly because now you get to do free gear removals, and not only that, you also have gear presets you could be using, and all of that basically means you need to get yourself 5 proper gear presets and just haul them around between all of the champions you have access to depending on which stage you're fighting. Like right now, for instance, on the day I'm recording this, we have Demon Spawn and Crypt unlocked, and it's really not that big a deal, guys. Like, the purple boss definitely is one of the harder ones you could be fighting, but on normal it's an absolute joke compared to what it is on Faction Wars Hard, and this really made me appreciate how easy these Faction Wars are actually when you're first starting off. But yeah, it is kind of a bitch, especially with the Metal with Fate, exchanging the boss's remaining HP with one of your champions. That could be a bitch, but all around it's really not that big a deal, guys. The fears and the debuff spread are also no joke, but all around it is a lot easier than it is when you actually unlock Faction Wars Hard, which is another thing you need to actually get started into and not be lazy about, because the rewards in Faction Wars Hard are absolutely insane. Like, you are gonna get yourself relic materials, which are giving you some pretty pretty premium stuff with which you can definitely amp up your champions. Again, you're gonna be getting yourself all of those forge materials, and not only that, you're also gonna get yourself actually good epic and legendary 6-star glyphs, which is really how you reach the end game. Getting yourself all of that extra speed would be absolutely insane. Enough about that though, let's concentrate on normal, and let's just take orcs as a good example. How would you be able to clear orcs right now, even if you don't have any amazing legendary champions? You could just limit yourself to a few good epics, and one of the best epics for the orc faction would definitely be Tagore. Like, this guy is an absolute legendary in disguise, and he will cover all of your healing and reviving needs. And you could just bring yourself a few damage dealers, like Doug the Pierced would be a pretty good option. Galek would be pretty fine. Heck, even Zorgala is actually absolutely amazing here, because she brings decreased defense on her A3, which is pretty nutty, especially if you have her with a blessing like Mind Cruelty. That'd be pretty huge. And heck, you could even bring basic bitch Galek here, and you're still gonna be able to clear all of this, but that is only gonna work if you actually build your champions right. And how do you build your champions right? Well, like I said, get yourself a bunch of presets, guys. Like, it's really not that hard nowadays. The biggest advice I can give you is build yourself a single good bolster set, or at least a good shield set with a lot of speed on it and a lot of HP, and that is literally gonna solve all of your problems for wave-based content, at least for the first few turns, because your champions are literally not gonna be dying with all of that extra HP. As you guys see, I do have myself a good bolster set preset ready for whatever. I also have myself a bunch of global sets with bolster sets, depending on what I need. Sometimes I'd rather get a little bit more resistance, sometimes a little bit more speed, sometimes a ton of extra HP, that kind of stuff, but it is very essential to get yourself a proper bolster set, get yourself a lot of speed on your support champion, and that is literally gonna solve every single faction wars for you. Just hold this fast bolster set across all of the factions you are gonna be going through, and that is single-handedly gonna help you big time. Like, I'm not even joking. After that, you basically gotta move your best nuker gear on the champions you're gonna be using, and that is gonna help you big time. Like, if I wanted to pass this level right now, I could literally just take all of my best gear from some of my other defense-based nukers. Like, for instance, for my example here, that would be Marius, but don't get me wrong, you don't need to be getting these kinds of stats on these champions. Like, it is Faction Wars normal, guys. You can go a lot lower than this, and it's still gonna be more than enough. And I literally did that for one of the account takeovers we did on the last stream, where we did pass stage 21 on the Knights Revenant quite easily. And yeah, that's really all there is to it, guys. Like, you build your champions, you go through them, you give them some good stuff, and that is gonna be more than enough for you to actually clear all of that. It's really not that complicated. Here we can see what kind of builds we went with. Like, look at this nonsense. Like, this Doom Priest is gonna be the high HP shield set champion for us, and she really doesn't have that big of stats. Like, look at this, 60k-ish HP is what she had. We rebuilt his Rector with a lot of speed, with a lot of HP, since Rector does take a lot of HP in order to actually give you some proper healing. We also rebuilt his Calvalax because it was begging for a lot of extra damage, and this is something we ended up with. Let me just go a little bit to the end, but yeah, we didn't even max out the items, guys. Look at this nonsense. Half of the items on the top row are, like, all of them are actually level 12. The accessories we didn't level up, and still we managed to get ourselves some pretty proper stats. We got ourselves ignore defense, that kind of stuff, and that was more than enough to actually get ourselves tons of damage. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is, don't be lazy, actually spend a few hours and build yourself a few really top tier presets for all sorts of different champions you might be using, like attack based nuker, HP based nuker, defense based nuker, and just haul those items around between your champions. Use the gear presets. Like, for instance, this guy had basically 0 gear presets. We had to do all of these presets for him, and that way he gets to actually use this now and move it around across his champions and get through these levels a lot easier. And yeah, here's the end result basically. Another tip I could give you while you're actually fighting faction wars is take your time with the waves, guys. Like, as long as you know the wave is done, if you have it under control, for instance right now with Miscreated Monster, we basically don't need to be quick here. Like, there's no reason for us to be going rushing through the waves. We can actually take our sweet time and just use a bunch of A1s over and over again until all of our champions actually get their key abilities back off cooldown, so that the next wave is also just as easy as this one. You don't need to be in a hurry here. It's not like Faction Wars Hard where it actually matters how many turns you take. Here you can literally take 1500 100 turns and still get yourself the free stars at the end. And as you see, we literally just A1 the hell out of these just because we already have basically killed them. Like, they're gonna die as soon as they take a turn thanks to the poisons. And that is a great way to actually beat a lot harder stages than you're supposed to. There we go. They go down with just A1s, and now we literally have all of our important skills back off cooldown, and we are ready to start kicking some faces in. This right now is a pretty rough stage, by the way, against free Valkyries. That is absolutely disgusting, because they just give so much annoying shields, counterattacks, and all of that, so it's definitely not an easy level to be facing, but as you see, it wasn't that hard either. We still managed to bang it out. It did take a little bit of time, but all around, it was very, very easy to do just because we actually did our homework and actually built ourselves a few decent sets, and we brought them to the fight. Let me just make it go a little bit quicker, but yeah, one after the other, they start falling off, and again, we start just spamming the A1s when it's a few champions left. We don't deal that much damage that way, and we have enough time to actually cycle through our skills and get ready for the boss fight, which is definitely formidable. And here it is, the purple boss, definitely a force to be reckoned with, but like I said, if you have seen what the Faction Wars hard boss looks like on this level, it is absolutely brutal. He doesn't swap HP just with one of your champions, he literally swaps HP with everybody and equalizes all of your HP down to the lowest enemy. I mean, it doesn't equalize, it just gives everybody his low health, and that is absolutely disgusting. Speaking of absolutely disgusting, what is up with my internet, man? Well, for some reason I lost my internet, so we're gonna go and dry. But yeah, all around that is kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video, guys. Basically just really abuse the global presets, the champion presets, and actually do your homework. Google or use Hell Hades or whatever in order to see which champion requires what kinds of stats, and just move that gear around every single faction until you actually get yourself Lydia, which is absolutely premium. You really don't need that many amazing champions to be clearing all of those faction wars. As long as you have yourself a healer, especially if you have yourself a reviver, that is gonna be literally super easy for you. And after that, you can just be bringing yourself some CC champions, some decreased defense champions, and a couple of damage dealing champions, and that is gonna be more than enough to be completing every single stage on the way. Do let me know in the comments if you guys still need some help with faction wars, and drop by my stream sometime, and I might actually be able to help you on those levels, because that is what we do over here. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it helpful. If you did, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and don't forget to check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to support the channel for free, star rate the right way with 4 amazing champions and an extra champion from the promo code section in your first 48 hours. Thanks for watching guys, I'm Crypts05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.